What light from yonder window breaks? Who wrote this? What light from, you know that too, don't you? What light from yonder window breaks on Dillo Drive? It is English at the crack of dawn. B.E.H. Grant in his wet hand. Methinks he sleeps too little and talks too much. Here's Ted Grove.
I have 12 items.
Number 1, A.
This is very serious. I wrote it to be humorous, but it's really very serious. Item. For the Chinese, it was the year of the goat. For the Americans, it was the year of the big drought. The 18th Amendment, Prohibition. In Santa Ana, California, as elsewhere, the year was 1919, and Robert Henry English was born. Item. Blink your eyes and add 26 years. To the strains of Open the Door Richard, a lot of doors were slammed shut. It was 1946, Joe Louis slammed Billy Kahn. The League of Nations was shut down, and the United States Army and Captain R.H. English parted company forever. Item. In 1947, California was very noisy. In the southern Californian skies, Chuck Yeager was creating the first sonic boom into the north at sea level. Bob English was developing his vocal boom in the classroom as he began his graduate teaching assistantship at College of Pacific. Item. Awards were noteworthy in 1950. Judy Holliday was awarded an Oscar for Born Yesterday. Jose Ferrer was awarded an Oscar for Cyrano. And College of Pacific awarded a master's degree for a sometime thespian named English. Item. By 1957, things were really moving. Sputnik was launched and English climbed into his 1938 Plymouth and moved from Lake Oswego and the public schools to the Division of Continuing Education. Item. Item. There were a lot of uppers in 1961. Up went the Berlin Wall. Up went the Soviet Union's 50 megaton hydrogen bomb. And John Kennedy tried to sneak up on Fidel at a place called the Bay of Pigs, just so the year would not be a total loss. Bob English finished up his doctorate from the University of Oregon. Item. Spurred on by Rex Harrison's Oscar for his role in My Fair Lady. In the same year, Bob English opened his own School of Elocution and Diction at Portland State College and called it the Speech and Hearing Sciences program. He would direct that program for the first tough 10 years. It was 1964. Item. In 1965, the Medicare program began, and the feds had some money left over, so HEW gave some to English for his program assistance grant, the beginning of 20 years of assistance. Periodically, the feds threatened to stop both programs, but they never have. Item. 2 years later, the National Organization for Women and the PSU Speech and Hearing Science Master's Degree Program were established. They're both still there. Well, but so's Bob. Item. There were two really big firsts in 1968 and 1969. The first moonwalk came in 1969. However, it was almost eclipsed by an event of the previous year when, in 1968, a Robert English advisee became the first student, his first student, to graduate from the new master's degree program at Portland State University. Item. Richard Dreyfuss received an Oscar for The Goodbye Girl, and the speech communication department said goodbye to English for fall term 1977, when he would take his first and his last sabbatical leave from the program. Last item. 1982 was outstanding for the identification of heretofore unrecognized cosmic masses, otherwise known as bodies in outer space. Voyager 2 recognized 4 new moons orbiting Saturn, and the American Speech, Language, and Hearing Association recognized Bob English's stellar work in conferring their highest honor, Fellow of the Association. As you can see, and even after all these years, he still hasn't reached apogee. the highest point in his orbit.